tallest international in the world. Is it to be a brave new world under Eddie Jones for England?
So your first match as England head coach, it was the first Six Nations match. What was it like for you? Did it live up to your expectations?
Well, I always heard about this intense rivalry between the countries, and probably, you know, we pulled up on a bus and there was this little 5-year-old Scotland kid absolutely yelling abuse at us. I thought, oh, this is the real thing now. Fantastic. So we go to Murrayfield, everyone hates England, and you're in this quite hostile environment. There's the 23 players, the staff, and that's all you've got. And so it's a great challenge, and I was really pleased the way the players got through that game, because we didn't play well, but we showed plenty of grit.
Keir now gives it to the big men, and Launchbury is there, and it's Cruz who gets over for the try! George Cruz has scored for England!
Can you tell us about that moment when you pulled up through the West car park in the coach? You see the mass of people there, you know, lots of optimism in their heart about the way that England are going. What was that like for you?
One of the things you feel is the debt you owe the fans. Like, you've got 82,000 people come to this great stadium every time England plays. So you feel that debt, as though, have I done enough to prepare this team well so they're going to play well this week? Yeah, in that Ireland game, I recall, I think the first 20, 30 minutes we played some really good rugby. Yeah, and then we finished the game off well. And it was probably one of our best performances.
Ford, Knowles waiting for it, calling for it, Brown has it, he'll score. England have two in almost as many minutes.
England winning the Grand Slam in 13 years, the first time since Sir Clive Woodward. Did you ever dream of that? Is that what you expected?
I did not realise how much it meant. When you look at the history of English rugby, I think they've only won it 4 or 5 times. You know, it's been 13 years since we won it last time. So to do that was a real statement for the team, and that was the great thing about that Grand Slam, that, yeah, we can do this, but we've got to put our heads down, we've got to work hard.
It is England's Grand Slam, 5 out of 5 in the Six Nations of 2016.
Maybe you can talk us through this picture and what those individual characters bring to those roles.
The one thing I like about the Pharaohs is the great sense of humour the boys have. You know, I think that's terrific. I think Haskell organised it. It was probably the first thing was on his Instagram. Yeah, they were both guys that sort of had been maligned for whatever reasons. Rob Shaw because he was a losing captain, and Haskell because he's different. And both of those guys proved in 2016 and 17 that they've still got a lot to give English rugby.
Close it out if they want to. Haskell to Ford. He kicks across, and the chase is on. Jack now gets the bounce, and England have broken their drought in Brisbane at long last.
So how good was that, Eddie, to get that series win on the road?
Well, you know, again, if you look at the history of English rugby in Australia, it was poor. We want to be the first team to change that. And we not only won the series, but we won 3-0. And I think the boys really started to believe they could be the #1 team in the world with that win, and they worked hard. Our best win was the 3rd test. The first test we were probably a little bit lucky to win. Second test, our defence was enormous. And 3rd test, we were fatigued. You know, I could tell on the Thursday that we weren't physically ready to play. The mental application in that test was just absolutely first class.
And of course, on the line for England, a second consecutive Grand Slam, the championship, and a chance to become the record-scoring Tier 1 nation in terms of consecutive wins.
Can you talk us through your emotions there, Eddie, when you were over in Dublin?
You learn from a loss. We weren't right. We weren't right physically, we weren't right mentally, and I accepted full responsibility for that.
It's England's championship, but it's Ireland's day. England have been awesome through this championship, and no doubt will go on and continue to improve.
The great thing about rugby is a human science. Sometimes you think you got it right. I made some selection mistakes. A few guys who had played well for us during the Six Nations were physically just coming off, but I went with them. I should have made changes quicker during the game to try to change the momentum of the game. The players' effort was 100% fantastic. You know, they gave everything they got.
The intensity from the
After the loss against Ireland, we wanted to challenge ourselves again. We wanted to keep getting better, so it would have been easy to go with a very orthodox selection. Through the first 2 years, we identified some young players on the periphery. We thought now was a great opportunity to give them a chance to grow. Now we've probably increased the squad from being around 28 players to maybe being around 40 players. So the competition is getting more intense, and competition drives desire, desire drives performance.
We're halfway through your tenure to 2019. How would you assess your time so far as England head coach?
Look, it's been satisfactory, but yeah, at the end of the day, we're going to be judged by what we do at the World Cup. So the next 2 years is going to be the more difficult 2 years. So our whole preparation now is how we can keep improving. For me, the only judgment that's going to count is the one at the end of the World Cup. You know, we're not being boastful, but I think we've got the talent, and it's going to be tough. New Zealand will be good, South Africa's regenerating, France could be fantastic, and Australia's always dangerous, so it's going to be an extremely competitive World Cup, but we're looking forward to being the #1 team in the world.